we choose to leave this physical
Yes.
world.
Always. Now, it can be done with precision, or it can be done with a general window. But generally, you choose to explore certain themes, and when the exploration of those themes is up, well, unless you change your mind and say, well, there are some other things I really would like to explore, you usually just leave in some way, shape, or form.
Wow.
Because you are done with that exploration. You're done with that perspective. It's really analogous to the idea of saying, you know what, I'm going to go coral reef diving for a while. Here I am on the boat, above the water, and I'm going to put on the mask, I'm going to put on the wetsuit, going to put on the fins, going to put on the tanks, and I'm going to dive into the water. And I'm wearing this mask, the ego structure, so that I can see clearly under the water to have the experience I really want to have. But after I go around through the coral reefs and I've looked at all the pretty fish, and I finally get to the point where you go, well, you know what? That was the experience of the day. That's what I wanted to do. I have done it, and now I'm done with this experience. You go back up to the boat, you take off the mask, take off the wetsuit, take off the fins, take off the tanks. You're back in spirit. You understand?
I do. Yes.
Simple. And then you can go diving again whenever you wish to have that experience. It's up to you.
So is it possible that you could be is there a deeper soul that knows or has chosen to leave, but then the ego part of you is resisting that?
Oh, that happens all the time on your planet. Many of you die kicking and screaming.
Okay.
Because again, you've trained the ego part to think of that as an actual annihilation of identity, and it's not. So as long as the ego thinks that when you die, you actually cease to exist, it's going to go into survival mode, and it's going to panic. And it's going to kick and scream and resist all the way. But the idea is that if it starts to learn, if you start to train the ego to understand that you are a part of me, my identity will always be a part of me, but in the physical ego, I don't need the diving mask right now. I use the diving mask when I go diving. I don't need the diving mask on the boat, but I'll always have you at my side. I will never abandon you. And you will always be there with me. You will always be all right. So, in that, then the ego can relax and can understand that you're not discarding it. It's not going to cease to exist. It has a place within your total consciousness, and it can relax. And then you won't panic and you won't resist the idea of going into spirit.
Amazing.
Which is just another phase of life. In a sense, truly, there is no afterlife. There's just life in different forms. That's all. There is no afterlife. You will always be alive, forever. You're an eternal being. You may change your form, you may change your dimension, you may change your experience, but there is no afterlife.